Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is actually quite a different video. I initially recorded this video and it was called Top 10 Foods for Promoting Hair Growth. But when I watched it over, I realized that 7 of the tips had recorded and the other 3 had lost the footage. So I've just come on here to sort of do an introduction to the video and to show you the 3 foods that I missed out, and then we'll get straight onto the video. Okay, so the first food that is really good for hair growth are blueberries. Yeah, it's really good. It's full of antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and also vitamin B complex. Hair growth by increasing oxygen and circulation throughout the body, but especially to the scalp. So it's definitely a good food to have in your diet. Right now I am actually having a smoothie and it's got some blueberries in it and all the other foods that you'll see mentioned in the video. Seeds. And chia seeds are actually known as a powerhouse. So some people refer to it as a powerhouse or superfood. It's filled with omega-3 fatty acids, manganese, phosphorus, calcium, and it can also apparently aid with hair loss. So it's definitely a good one to try it and have in your diet. And the good thing about chia seeds is it's quite affordable. So I've got this pack, I think it's 1 kg, and I got it for about £7. So it's definitely a good price, and this will literally last me for a couple of months at least, because all you need to do is put a teaspoon to a tablespoon in your smoothie, your porridge, and you can even do something called a chia pudding, which I recently discovered, and it's so easy. So definitely try and incorporate some seeds in your diet, just for health reasons, but also for hair. Going to watch my video introduction, I mentioned that I am plant-based. I don't want to call myself vegan because I'm still trying on that, but I'm definitely plant-based. So you definitely want to source your protein. So it's beans and lentils. So right here I have dark red kidney beans, and beans are not just only a good source of protein, which is, as we know, is good for hair, but it has biotin in it, which many people actually supplement, and you can get it naturally from the beans. It has zinc and also iron, which is also another thing you need to pay attention to on a vegan diet. Of course, if you're eating clean, you're most likely to get most of these nutrients. But let's get right into the video. In my previous videos, you might know that I am plant-based, which means I just don't consume any animals or any animal byproducts. So I had to make sure I search for foods that are good sources of things like proteins and fats and stuff like that, and also good for hair growth. So let's get started. You want to try and consume organic products, but I know that's not always possible. So I think I'd say like 50% of my diet is organic, and then the other 50% isn't. But the first ingredient I want to talk about is avocados. So avocados are a really good source of healthy fats, promote moisture in the body, and help to keep your hair strong and prevent breakage. So the thing I want to talk about almonds. So these are your almonds, and again, I love snacking on almonds. One tip that I found out literally just 2 years ago is to make sure you soak your almonds, because then it's easier for you to get the nutrients that that we're about to talk about. So what I do is when I buy my almonds, whether they're organic or not, I will soak them overnight before I consume them, and it just makes it easier to digest. And on here it just basically already tells you that almonds are a good source of vitamin E. Vitamin E in the almonds help to make your hair more elastic, so it improves elasticity, and of course, as we know, this will help to reduce breakage in your hair. So that's why I think a lot of people add vitamin E oil to their hair as well, so they use it on the outside, but definitely always good to start from the inside of your body and work your way out. Thing that almonds or any nuts are known for is that they're a very good source of protein, which of course we know is really good for hair. It helps to improve collagen within the body, which is good for the strength in your hair. So definitely have a go at some nuts. They can be very highly calorific, so definitely don't sit down and indulge, which I often do, in a whole bag of nuts. Just a handful. Some people say 5 to 10, but I just got to do a handful of nuts and just like snack on them. Kale. So kale is a nice green leafy bag, or it's just filled with so much goodness. But I put this in my smoothies. I do like a kale salad, and I will put a picture of one of the salads I did today. Really good source of iron and B vitamins. So really highly alkaline, which is really good, which is what you need to fight illnesses in your body. So obviously when you're in your diet, you want to have more alkaline foods, and kale is definitely one of those. The next food I want to talk about is cucumber. So you can see that I've already had half of this. I added this to my salad today as well. Cucumber contains silica. So for those of you who consume hair, skin and nail vitamins, you'll find that one of the main ingredients is silica. So cucumbers have that naturally cooling. And as you know, that cucumbers quite a lot of water, so it also is one of those foods that will improve elasticity in your hair, again to avoid breakage. Is cacao. So I try and, when I'm making my desserts, I'll use cacao as my base to make a chocolate pudding or something like that. But I recently came across this in Holland & Barrett, and this is the Cacao Crunch. So this actually has quite a lot of things in it. It has cacao, hemp seeds, mulberries, chia seeds, goji berries, coconut shreds, and agave syrup. So it's really good because literally in my porridge or in my smoothies, I'll just put a spoonful of this and I've got my source of a lot of good things. A raw superfood for your hair. It contains iron, zinc, protein, magnesium. It just has a lot of goodness in it. So definitely give it a try, and you can even try and replace it with chocolate, although I haven't got to that yet. But if not, just substitute it sometimes where you can. So for example, when you're baking, in your smoothies, and so. And I forgot to mention that cacao is also high in sulphur, which is going to lead me straight to this right here, which is an onion, however you pronounce it. And I definitely love these. And again, they're rich in sulphur, which is good for your hair. And I've actually seen people applying sulphur, either the spray or the cream, and applying that to their scalp, again because it said that it promotes hair growth. Yeah, so I use onions in my salads, in my cooking, everything, and I just love them anyway. So it's another easy one for me. The only thing I will say is I always make sure the onions I use are fresh, because it is said that when you cut an onion, if there's an illness within the room or paint smelling or anything like that, it can actually be, what's the word? The onion will actually absorb it. So I wouldn't cut an onion and then save some for later. I will always use fresh onions. So last but not least, definitely the trusted water. Water is just a good thing to have in your diet. As you know, our bodies are made of a high percentage of water. Yeah, I've forgotten to mention that if you don't feel like you're getting a lot of your nutrients or enough of your nutrients, or you're slacking a little bit, it's definitely a good idea to invest in some multivitamins. The ones I have are these ones. Recommended to take 3 a day, but because I mentioned my diet is pretty clean, I tend to take 1 or 2 depending on the day. But yeah, definitely invest in a good vitamin. And this one is, like I said, it's clean. It's filled with apples and beetroot, broccoli, spinach, cherry, peppers, green onions and stuff like that. So you're getting your vitamins from plants basically. So it's plant-based as well.